You're live.
Everybody, Scott Zimmerman here with Drunken Disorderly on Tap. Welcome. Happy Tuesday. Hey, I just wanted to real quick remind you guys that if you've ever thought about trying CBD or hemp buds, we've got a great deal for you. You can visit northspokanecbd.com, use the promo code DRUNK, and get 15% off your order. North Spokane CBD offers pesticide-free, high-quality, third-party tested cannabis-derived CBD products. You won't get any of that nasty stuff here from these guys. So remember, when you check out their discount code DRUNK for 15% at northspokanecbd.com. If you're curious about CBD and want to learn more about that, you can visit their website and get you some information about the products they offer. So, and now some news headlines from the day. Was going through here, and it looks like there's an organization in Michigan with an empowerment plan is what it's called. The founder, 30-year-old Veronica Scott, is the founder of this company who has started making these coats. What's unique about these coats is that they are transformer coats. They're more than meets the eye. They can transform into a tote. So that they can be used for carrying things, and they can also be transformed into a sleeping bag that can be used. And what she's been doing is she's been giving them out and giving them to the homeless. Now, her main thing, she herself grew up homeless. And as she was growing up, she only had what she could carry in a backpack. And one of those things was a sketch pad, and she got very creative and into the whole art thing. And over time, opportunities had presented themselves, and through some scholarships and some federal financial aid, obviously she was able to go to school for product design, and she was given a task, an assignment to analyze and dissect the needs of a community and solve those needs with the product. And this was what she came up with, was this coat that transforms from a coat, which is really designed for negative. It didn't really say negative degrees. So it said the temperatures get down to negative 17 there, and the coats are designed to go probably more than that. Now, part of this empowerment plan, though, what she does is she hires homeless people and trains them to make these coats. So, you've got homeless people getting jobs, making coats for homeless people. Kind of neat, right? I think that's a fantastic kind of feel-good story. They interviewed a lady who talked about how she was like, I don't need a coat, I need a job. And they hired her, and now she's real proud that she's a seamstress. It's kind of a neat coat. You guys should check it out. The program is called Empowerment Plan. Check it out. You can send her some money on PayPal or something that looked like on the article as well. So here we've got an article where a dad has strangled a coyote after it attacks his toddler. This happened in New Hampshire. They were walking a trail near their home, and the animal jumped out of the woods and grabbed the 2-year-old by the jacket. And then the man jumped into protection mode and strangled the coyote to death. What's kind of weird about that is it's kind of unusual behavior for those coyotes. Normally they would be just gone, right? It would be scattered away. Any interaction I've ever had with a coyote has been me looking at him looking at me looking at him looking at me, and then him taking off. So the New Hampshire coyote, maybe he's hungry. I mean, it's wintertime. He's looking for food. He's picking off the weakest in that herd, I guess. Not to defend the coyote or anything. The guy did exactly what I would have done. The guy walked away with some bite marks. He wasn't unharmed, but earlier that day, other people had reported seeing the coyote, maybe the same coyote, maybe not, and they're testing that coyote for rabies now. So, um, folks, keep your head on a swivel if you're out there walking in nature. Nature can be a cruel, cruel beast. Um, and coyotes, again, coyotes are normally not super aggressive, at least in my experience. So, um, yeah, there must have been some underlying circumstances going on with that particular coyote there. Maybe not enough road runners running around. Dad joke. Looks like in California, about 30 miles south of LA, 60 miles south of LA, this driver, a middle-aged man. It looks like well, maybe not middle-aged. Looks like he's maybe in his 40s. I guess he could be middle-aged if you're 40. I don't know. He got mad at some teenagers and intentionally rammed their car. 6 teenagers in the car, killed 3 of them. There's no real details on what led to the road rage incident. No real details about what caused it, but they did determine through their investigation that it was an intentional ramming of the car. One of the teens died on the site, and 2 others were pronounced dead later at the hospital. He was arrested. The driver, 42-year-old Arnuga Chandra, was arrested not too far from the location. Basically, they found his car parked outside a home, and they went in and arrested him. So, yeah, that road rage, folks, I've seen it. I've seen it firsthand in a lot of different ways. I've seen guys get fights at a red light before. I've seen, of course, this was all in Phoenix. I've seen people rear end each other on purpose. Yeah, the road rage is no joke, you guys. It's just the roads, man. It's not on fire. Like, we're all getting to the same place at essentially the same time. Just chill out, man. People make mistakes. Maybe he accidentally cut you off. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he's accidentally tailgating you. Maybe he accidentally flipped you off. But it doesn't matter, right? Like, just be excellent to each other, and don't kill people by ramming them off the roads. That's crap. So feel bad for those families. Um, Looks like some good news came out today. Nickelback's going on tour again. I hear that's Caleb's favorite band. I'll be excited to hear about Nickelback going on tour. They're celebrating the 15th anniversary of their album that they put out in 2005, called All the Right Reasons. Interesting enough is I don't remember ever seeing that album or hearing that album, so I couldn't tell you a single song off it. What I do remember is when they released their first album, that How You Remind Me song was huge. It was a Billboard Hot 100 number. What was interesting is that album, Silver Side Up is what it was called, was released on September 11th, 2001. Now, that date was important to me because obviously I wasn't there, but I woke up that morning, I turned on the news, and 9/11 was happening live, and went to work that day, and I got a phone call from the CEO of the record company that the record store, and he basically said, "Hey, if anything gets weird, just shut it down." Right? But it was business as usual. He also proceeded to tell me that I should probably not play the new Drowning Pool album with the "Let the Bodies Hit the Floor" song. I probably should not be playing that one in the record store either. He reminded me of that. Good thinking. He was a smart man. But this album came out in 2011, and I will always remember that this was an album that came out on that day because that day was so influential in my life. So, say what you will about Nickelback and their music. I'm not a fan, but man, people came in looking for that album with the song "How You Remind Me," and we sold a lot of them. The people that worked with me at the record store will tell you they got sick of me spinning that single in the store, but you got to sell records. You're working in a record store. So that was kind of the plan. And then it looks like South Florida is bracing for hazardous cold, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Cold, falling temperatures into the 30s. It could freeze in South Florida. Freeze warnings are up for much of central and northern Florida, and the wind chill advisories blanket South Florida. I mean, you look at the map; it's all blue. It's going to be cold. The National Weather Service has advised to watch out for falling iguanas in South Florida. Cold, stunned iguanas may fall out of trees without warning. So they're not going to give you any kind of warning. There's no siren or anything go off of falling iguanas. So that's kind of interesting. Now they do go on to point out that most of these lizards, which are not native to Florida at all, will recover from the freezing cold, and they do not recommend collecting them. Do not pick up fallen iguanas. Okay, most of them will live. Just let them sit and be frozen, I guess. So once again, we want to remind you about North Spokane CBD.com. Go ahead and visit that website. Use the promo code DRUNK to get 15% off. If you've ever been curious about CBD and the benefits that CBD can bring into your life, North Spokane CBD offers pesticide-free, high-quality, third-party tested cannabis-derived CBD products. Just the good stuff coming from these guys. Good organization, good people running that business. So remember, discount code DRUNK, DRUNK, for 15% off at NorthSpokaneCBD.com. You check me out here on Facebook at Mr. Z Comedy. I got some comedy shows coming up January 31st. At the Comedy and Chaos at Wired Pub. That's January 31st. I am doing the 777s on Valentine's Day at Big Canvas. That's an early show, 7 p.m. That's a family-friendly PG event, so feel free to come on out and check that one out. And then doing the Leap Day Showcase at the Fraternal Order of Eagles out in Papillion on February 29th. So we got some good shows coming up. Super excited about that. Find me again at Mr. Z Comedy here on Facebook, and make sure you tune in for the daily 420 funny. That's the meme of the day. So I hope you enjoy those and keep coming back for more. I've been your host, Scott Zimmerman, and that is your news for today.